This one's for the camera, for the hell of it, why not? My connection is going to be severed shortly for a short period. I actually don't know the details because I need to make inquiries as to the availability of fibre optic in my new abode. If I have a new abode, the man tried to phone me while I was out this afternoon. Do you like my new shirt? I met an emperor who sold it to me. Cost me a week's wages. Look, nice, isn't it? Got this coat off a guy called Joseph. He was many colours. When the service is resumed, I'll be back on me dongle actually. I have a mobile dongle still. No, I've had quarrels with the company that, well, they've stolen money off me, and the machine stole some money off me. I don't remember getting the money back from the money the company stole off me, but the money the machine stole off me, another machine gave me 2/3 of it back, and the machine did give me 2/3 of it back, or did it give me 1/3 of it back? Because I got 2/3 off the floor next to the machines that stole it off me. Things balance themselves out, I found. Might be me believing that, though. I'll tell you a story, right? When I was talking to the gods in my mind, in them old days when such things were believed by myself. Actually, I never believed it as such as that's what was being told, and you know, when you don't believe anything, and I still don't, I never will, you still have to sort of, you know, somebody's telling you they are something, so don't play along with it as much as, you know, what can you do? They're telling you this is God speaking. Wasn't actually saying that. In fact, it was speaking, and I was assuming it was God, because who else could be speaking to me other than God? And then it let me believe it was God, though I did not believe it was God, because I did not believe. It's not so much I didn't believe in God as I didn't believe it was God. And anyway, it can't have been God, because he didn't know everything. In fact, I knew more than it. You can tell these sort of things when you get into conversation with it, and you reach a point that he doesn't know the answer to it. If it was God and it was all-knowing, and it presumed things about you that were incorrectly assumed by the man and his cohorts. Anyway, they used to help me out, these. They're not voices as much as it's just communication. You know, that's, I've got voices in my head, things. I haven't got voices in my head. I've never had voices in my head. Well, I have communicated with the mind. It's got to be the mind. I mean, at this conjecture, it is the mind that is trying to communicate with me. Although it does represent itself as individual physical human beings' existence, though I can't possibly know that it is them. It's quite a long story and not one really I want to go into, because I don't want to encourage others to dabble with mind stuff, because the mind is involved in there very much. It cannot be trusted. If you can't touch it, if you can't physically verify it in front of you, if you can't physically verify it, discount it. Anyway, I mean, I don't know what was going on. I could explain it in ways now that would be understandable now, that I couldn't still actually prove, and therefore don't want to also encourage anyone to believe that the things that I experience are achievable by anybody else, and not that anybody else might want to achieve it, even as I try to discourage it myself. Anyway, find a lottery ticket on the floor, unscratched, and the communicator says, "This is the last time we're helping you." Okay, I said, because it's a long story. When I'm getting bullied by men, I'd say, "Stop bullying me or I'm going to get my dad." My dad being the God that I assumed was the thing that was communicating with me, to deal with you. And he's carried on bullying me. So, Dad, you sort these fucking men out. Kaboom. Well, not so much kaboom as, yeah, let's say it was effective. And I reached a point where I said, okay, I won't ask my father. I started to call it father, although it was actually more likely to be my mother, but that's another story. I won't call him my father for assistance any longer, because if it was in a physical reality, one cannot keep asking one's father to assist one with bullies. One must stand up to the bullies oneself. Anyway, I'm walking along the communicator, father, mother, God, mind. Well, it must have been something, because it said, "This is the last time we're helping you." We're interesting. I don't remember it being weird before. It definitely wasn't, "This is the last time I'm helping you." It was definitely the last time we're helping you. Interesting. Anyway, scratch card, lottery ticket, unscratched. The last time we're helping you. We're scratch it off, 20 quid, which was just what I needed. I won't disclose what I needed it for. It's a murky business. I was out. I also can't tell you that part of the story either, because I don't want to encourage anybody else to participate in the. No one needs to suffer like I have suffered myself, to enable myself to realise my stupidity itself. I understand if you ever get addicted to drugs, there's no one can help you. You'll find a mighty long queue of people saying they could help you, but they're really helping themselves, whilst letting you believe they're helping you, because no one can help you other than yourself, when you're on drugs or not, in fact. Anyway, that's the story. This is the last time we're helping you, and it was the last time they helped me. In fact, it gets very complicated to explain it in a vlog, to explain my life, to explain the intricacies of my experiences in a vlog. I'm too sure they make them that long, and I'm not too sure I'd be that interested in watching me expound such frivolous, possibly perceivably as tales about such things. though those that won't find them frivolous would be glamoured by it, and that in itself is perhaps even worse than perceiving them as frivolous tales, because breathing, the most simplest thing, being aware of every breath, is the most effective realisation tool available. Everyone can do it. If you can't do it, you're not alive. So everyone can do it. Everyone can breathe. Everyone can be aware of every breath. And by reaching the state of being aware of every breath, one will realise oneself and what one is, and what one is, and what one is. Does the mind rule the body? Does the body rule the mind? Does the mind rule the body? The mind won't rule the body if you let it. Does the body rule the mind? Unlikely. Are you either the mind or the body? I mean, that is a fucking question, that is. But not the mind. And if there's some existence beyond life in the physical body, then surely I cannot either be the body either. I cannot be the body either. I need to slow down. So, who am I? This is on a postcard. There'll be no prizes, because everyone's a winner, and it's just, there are no prizes, all life considered. Let's create a world. We can. Why not we? Create a world where all life can live with dignity, equally. Simple as that. All we have to do is breathe. So, as I said at the beginning, this will be la 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 la, eh? Fucking hell. You know what? I trust myself talking to the video more than I trust my thoughts in my mind currently. Though I was to sort of believe myself talking to the video camera, well, I'll be alright, I'll get through it. Manifested consequence, no doubt. There are always consequences. It's a thing that people don't actually seem to understand. There are always consequences, and the consequential nature of thought is perhaps as consequential as word. Even deed. I mean, the consequences of deed might manifest themselves faster or more LaLa, that stands for light and love and ... which means secret society. Unfortunately, after all that ... join them if you dare. Turns out it's a symbolic reference point for secret societies. Shit. You know what? That's another story. Time's up for this video. I might make another video because whilst I sign up for my new property tomorrow, all being well, with it being a bank holiday weekend, Jesus is not being crucified, by the way. They released him last week. Although, you know what he's like, he's still around. Say, why don't you hop off? Because you know what these lot are like. He said, what do you want me to do about it? I live and breathe like they do. If they have to crucify me again, what can I do? You know me for that, but it ain't gonna help. I said, don't you realise your father was the person who sent you here in the first place? I said, I'm not worried. What would you do? I said, I wouldn't be you, that's for sure. Thank you.